Excel accounting practice problem. Create invoices using billable time. Get ready because we're going to excel. Here we are in our Excel worksheet. In prior presentations, we put together the Excel worksheet from a blank sheet, now entering transactions into it. If you have access to it, there's two tabs on down below, an example tab and a practice tab. The practice tab starting out where we left off last presentation. The example tab in essence being an answer key. Let's take a look at it now. In prior presentations, we set up our timesheet, imagining a situation similar to what you might see in a law firm, a bookkeeping firm, a CPA firm, where we have the staff that's going to have billable time. We set up the billable time that would need to be tracked. If you have accounting software, it could be tracked within the accounting software on which we would construct the bill, or you might do it outside the accounting software in some other software system, possibly just using spreadsheets to track the billable time. We here imagining that we have our guitar instructors that we're going to be billing based on their rates of $75 for Adam Hamilton and $115 for Erica, that they track their billable time for, and now we're going to be creating the invoices to bill the clients, which are customer 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're going to go back to the practice tab and do that. We're going to then do some setup work. We're going to be hiding some cells by going from the skinny J. We're going to go from skinny J all the way to A to skinny J, right click and hide those. Then I'm going to copy the ending items. And we didn't do this last time, so these are the ending items from two presentations before because we didn't enter any transactions last time. So I'm going to copy that and I'm going to paste that 1, 2, 3 at the beginning. And then we're going to hide the activity so we can focus on our journal entry. So the journal entry is going to be straightforward. It's easier than an invoice that would be created that's going to be tracking inventory because we don't have to deal with inventory. And if you don't have to deal with inventory, it's much more likely that you're also not going to have to be dealing with the sales tax. So straightforward transactions, we just need to be pulling them then from our data for the timesheets. Now, the thing that can be confusing or a bit of a problem with this type of transaction or this type of system is that you have actually a timing difference between when you enter the invoice into the system and when the work was done. So it's quite possible the work was done prior to the cutoff, even though you invoiced after the cutoff, and the invoicing is usually when the accounting software will record the revenue. So on an accrual basis, you should be recording the revenue when the work was done, which in some cases could be in the prior period. Okay, that said though, we're just going to say the journal entry is just going to be a debit to the accounts receivable. The other side is going to simply go to the service revenue down here for the guitar work or the guitar lessons. I'm going to indent that, and then I'm just going to calculate the billable time, and we'll do it one by one. This isn't indenting. So we're in M13 equals. I'm just going to go all the way to the right till we see our billable time that we had created and bill this stuff out one customer at a time. First looking at Adams. So this first time sheet was last period, last month. So we're down here for Adam Hamilton, and we've got 4 hours for customer 1. I'm going to pick up the 4 at the total for customer 1, billing out customer by customer, multiplying times the rate of the $75. So we're billing $300 to customer 1. There's the debit. There is the credit. Let's post that out. So I'm going to scroll up top here, and we're just going to say accounts receivable is going to be the debit, increasing the receivable to the $21,256 for both the year to date and the month of February. Then the revenue at the bottom is going to be in S21 equals, we're going to get that 300 credit, increasing the service revenue to 300 for the month of February to the year to date 7280. Let's also post it to the GL as we go, so then we can then post it to the subledger as well. So we got the accounts receivable. Let's go to the GL on the right side. So the GL for the accounts receivables in AE 11. 727. We're in AF11 equals left to the wall, scrolling down, picking up that $300, taking the AR up to the 21,256, 21,256 matching what's on the trial balance. Then we're going to go to the service revenue, which is the second one, service revenue. That's going to be the second income statement account. So that's where it will be on the G to the L. So let's go to the GL, general ledger, looking for that second income account, the service revenue in BK17. This happened on 2/27, or we are billing on 2/27. BL17 equals left to the wall until we pick up the service revenue credit of the $300, bringing us up from a year-to-date number, or to a year-to-date number of $7,280. The current month will be $300 because this is an income statement account. So we're going to scroll over. Let's double check that. We got the 2,000 or the 7,280 and 300 for the month of February. Okay, and then we're going to go to the subledger for the accounts receivable. Subledger for the accounts receivable. So we'll go all the way to the right. We set up these new customers, which we just named customer 1, 2, 3, and 4 quite generically right here. So this was customer 1 that we're billing out to on 2/27. So in CR5, I'm going to say equals scroll left to the wall, and then we'll pick up the service revenue on the accounts receivable, 300. So that means they owe 300 customer 1. That puts us back in balance on the subledger because all of our customers add up to the 21,256, which should tie out to the subledger indicated by the green 0. So there's the 21,256. Let's do it again. We're billing out customer 2 now on 2/27. Same transaction. Accounts receivable is going to go up. Other side's going to the service revenue for the guitar lessons that were done by Adam Hamilton. We're going to calculate this based on Adam's timesheet that they gave us, giving us the billable hours that they worked on, which is going to be guitar lesson time. Scrolling over to the right to pick up the timesheet all the way to the right for customer 2, Adam Hamilton. There it is. So we're at customer 2, 4 hours times the $75. Once again, 300 in the amount. There's the debit. There's the credit. Let's post it out again. The accounts receivable up top, AR and S6. Just doing it with the keyboard now. F2 plus F2 on the keyboard. Scrolling down, picking up that 300, bringing it up to the 21,556 on both the month as well as the year to the date. And then we're down here in the service revenue to post this one out. Going to say F2 plus F2 on the keyboard, picking up that $300, bringing up the 600 for the month of February. Year-to-date number, the 7,580. Let's post it to the GL. So the GL accounts receivable, third account. Third account on the A to the R, 727. AF12 equals left to the wall. Scrolling down to pick up that second 300, bringing the AR up to the 21,556. That 21,556 matching both the year-to-date and month trial balance number. Service revenue, second income statement account. So we're going to post that one out, looking for that second income statement account all the way to the right. So we're looking service revenue on BK18 227. BL18 equals left till we hit that wall. Hitting that wall on number 18, 300 increase, bringing the balance up to the 7,580 for the year to date and 600 for the current month. Let's double check that on the trusty trial balance and see if that is indeed the case. We got the current month 600, 7,580 year to date. I think that is what we said it was, so I think that is the case if I remember correctly, which, you know, sometimes I don't remember right, but I'm pretty sure. I feel like that's right. We're going to do it again. This is for the second time sheet for Erica, which we bill out at 115 because she's got that crazy guitar finger picking style that seems to be in demand. So we increase her rate for that so that we can make more money. So then we're in M19. This is going to be equal to, let's go over to Erica's timesheet here. Erica's timesheet is going to be way to the right, way to the right, way to the right. And so there it is. So we're looking customer number 3 now, charged for this week for the 4 hours. So 4 hours times 115. So we're charging customer number 3 this time $115. Same transaction for the invoice. We're going to go back on up to accounts receivable. F2 plus F2, scrolling down. We're going to pick up that 115 this time. 115. Shouldn't it have been larger than that? Let me do that again. Something doesn't seem quite right because we charged more for her. That would be for 1 hour. We had 2 hours. 2 hours. Something's wrong. Something is horribly, horribly wrong. So we're supposed to be picking up the 4 here times the 115. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. So did I post this out yet? Do you remember? Yeah, I posted it right there. Okay. So that one has that in it. Okay, so now now that's already posted out. Apologize for the inconvenience. Thanks for letting me know. The other side's going to be in the service revenue. So I'm going to say F2 plus F2, the 460. So the month of February, 1,060. Year to date, 8,040. Let's post it now to the GL accounts receivable first and the GL third account on it. So we're on it right now. We're on it. There are some AFs 13 equals left to the wall. Scrolling down the 460, bringing the balance up to the 2216. The 2216 matching out on the trial balance for both the February and year-to-date number. Then we're posting the service revenue, second income statement account. So we're going to go all the way to the right on the G to the L, general to the ledger. The general to the ledger is going to be over here. I went too far. It's going to be down here, service revenue on 227. You've gone too far this time. BL19, BL19, left to the wall. This time you have gone too far. Okay, 460. So that brings the balance up to the year-to-date, 8040. The current month is at the 1060. Let's check that on the trial balance. Is that indeed the case? Is that the case indeed? 10608040. That is the case indeed. I don't know. I don't even know what indeed means, but that is indeed the case. It's indeed. So then we're going to do this one more time, billing out customer number 4 for Erica. So we got accounts receivable going up, accounts receivables going up, and then the other side is the service revenue. We'll indent that, do the calculation again. Erica, the finger style picker, guitar lesson, 115 rate, employee, master guitarist. Down here on customer number 4 this time, we got the 4 hours we're charging out times the $115 rate. So there we have it. There's the debit and there's the credit. Let's post this one out. Accounts receivable first. Scrolling up to the AR, A to the R, F2 plus F2. Scrolling down, picking up the 460. And then we've got the service revenue. Service revenue, once again, same kind of thing. F2 plus F2, the service revenue. It's going up to the 1520 for the month of February, 8500 for the year-to-date. Net income for the month of February was at, this being revenue minus expenses, it was at the 2416. It goes up by the 1520 to the 3936. Year-to-date net income was 9844, going up by the 1520 to the 11364. Let's post it to the GL now, to the GL. Accounts receivable, third account. Let's go on over to the AR, put that activity in place. 227, we're in AF14 equals, and scroll down to the AR. 460, 22,476 now is where we stand. We stand there. That's where we're standing. I'm not really standing there. 22,460, both the February year to date. That's where the account stands. I'm not standing there. I'm sitting. I'm sitting right here. Service revenue. Service revenue's down here. So let's go all the way to the right to pick up the service revenue. Picking that up. And then we're going to say this happens on 2/27. This is on BL20. BL20 equals left to the wall. Picking up that 460, bringing the balance up to the 8500 year to date. The current period, February, at the 1520. Let's check that out on the trial balance and see if that is indeed the case. Is that indeed the case? 15208500. That's the case indeed. It's like what you indeed. It's indeed the case. Okay. Now let's imagine that one of these people, we're going to say customer one pays us. So customer one pays us this time. So I'm just going to say, okay, now if we get paid on 2/27, we're going to say undeposited funds is going to go up. This would be like a sales receipt. We're going to get paid on the accounts receivable, putting it not into the checking account, but into undeposited funds. And then the other side is going to go to the accounts receivable, decreasing the AR for the payment that we have received. Indentation. Here, we're going to say this is going to be for that 300 from customer one that owes us the money, the first invoice that we sent out. So 300, there's the debit, there's the credit. We're going to then increase undeposited funds. So we're going to go up to undeposited funds in S5 equals down to our transactions. Undeposited funds of the 300, bringing it up to the 400 now. And then we've got the accounts receivable that's going to go down because now we got paid on the AR, F2 plus F2, scrolling down. We got paid on it $300, bringing it down to the 22,176 for both the year to date and the February. Let's post it to the GL, undeposited funds here. Here's undeposited funds, second account. So we are in undeposited funds in cell AA13 on 2/27. In AB13 equals left to hit the wall, scrolling down to that $300, bringing the balance up to 400, which, as we noted, matches the trial balance in both the year to date and the February numbers on the trusty TB. Then we're looking at the accounts receivable, posting it out to the GL. It's the third account on the GL too. So we're in 2/27, AF15 equals left to the wall, scrolling down, picking up the 300 decrease to the AR, bringing it down to the 22,176, which should match both the year-to-date number as well as the monthly number on the trusty TB. Then we need to post that same thing to the AR for customer one. Scrolling all the way to the subsidiary ledger, looking for customer one, looking for you, customer one. They paid us already for the guitar lessons. We like customer one. They pay. CR6 equals left to the wall. We're going to imagine we got paid this amount, scrolling down, picking up then the $300, decreasing the AR back down to 0 for that particular customer. And the total AR then, double-clicking the total AR is not matching out because we didn't record the ARs for customer 2, 3, and 4. So let's post those out. So on customer 2, 2/27, we're on the CR17 equals left to the wall. And we're going to be picking up then the AR, the second one was customer 2. That was this 300 right here. Enter. So customer 2 owes us 300. Customer 3 on 2/27 in CV5 equals left to the wall. Scrolling down to the last transaction, they owe us 460. And then finally, customer number 4 on 2/27 had invoiced CV17 equals left to the wall. Scrolling down to the last transaction, or not the last one, that 460. They owe us 460. So now we should match out on our general ledger and trial balance given by the green 0. All the people owe us, tying out to 22,176. That 22,176 should then match what is on the trial balance, which it does. Lastly, we're going to deposit this $400 in undeposited funds into the checking account with a deposit type form. So we're going to say we're going to go to the bank and put this into the bank. So this is also going to be on 227. We're going to say the checking account is going to go up because we're taking this to the bank. And then the other side is going to be the undeposited funds, which is going to go down by $400. That's the amount of the deposit we expect to see on the bank statement. Indenting, let's post it out. Checking account up top, the good old checking account is going to be equal to, scrolling down, we're picking up the $400. Then we've got the undeposited funds in S5, F2 plus F2, scrolling down. We're picking up the 400 decrease, bringing it down to 0. Checking account at the 104,002, both February and year-to-date numbers. Let's post it to the GL finally. Checking account on the GL, checking account on the general ledger. The G to the L, 227 in W10. We're in X10 equals left to the wall, scrolling down, picking up the checking account, $400. That brings the checking account GL to 104,002. That should match the trial balance both year to date and month of February. And then finally, lastly, ultimately, are we almost done yet? Undeposited funds, we are almost done. That's the second account. Stop complaining. We're down here in AA 14, 227. AB 14 equals left to the wall, scrolling down, picking up the credit of the 400 and enter, bringing it back down to 0. Notice we had 2 transactions involved there, but we put it into our checking account with 1 transaction because that's what we expect it to be looking like on the bank statement, making it easy to reconcile. So this is where our trial balance stands at this point in time. You can match up your numbers if you're following along and see if your trial balance is standing like in the same place too.